They say betrayal doesn't always come crashing down like thunder. Sometimes it tiptoes quietly into your life, wearing the face of someone you love. My name is Chloe, and I never imagined that the moment I opened my door to help my sister would be the same moment I let heartbreak walk in. It's strange how life can twist something pure, like kindness, into something that hurts. I only wanted to help, but that night I unknowingly began watching my marriage unravel, thread by thread. It started on a rainy Thursday evening. I still remember the way the storm clouds pressed low against the sky, how the air smelled like wet earth and regret. I had just picked up my younger sister Isla from the train station. She'd lost her apartment after a messy breakup, and I couldn't bear to see her struggle. "Stay with us for a while," I told her. "Just until you find your footing." My husband Adrian had smiled when I told him. "Of course," he said, wrapping an arm around my shoulder. "It'll be nice to have company again." At the time, his warmth felt genuine. I had no reason to doubt it. We'd been married 6 years. Not perfect, but steady, or so I believed. The first few days felt lighthearted. Isla brought energy into the house. Her laughter filled corners that had been quiet for too long. Adrian seemed happier too, his smile easier, his voice softer. They joked over dinner, shared stories, teased each other like old friends. I told myself it was good, that I was lucky my husband and sister got along. But somewhere deep inside, a flicker of unease began to form. It was small, like the faint hum of a distant storm, easy to ignore. At first, days turned into weeks, and little things started to stand out. The way Adrian's eyes lingered when Isla laughed. How his tone changed when he spoke to her. Warmer, playful. One evening, I caught him complimenting her new haircut, a detail he hadn't noticed when I'd changed mine days earlier. It shouldn't have mattered, but it did. Something inside me tightened. I started staying up later, pretending to read, but mostly listening. I wanted to trust them. I truly did. Yet the silence between their laughter grew too loud to ignore. Then came the night that shifted everything. The rain had returned, soft but steady, drumming against the windows like an echo of my heartbeat. I woke around midnight and reached out to Adrian's side of the bed. It was empty. At first I told myself he might have gone for water, but when I heard the faint murmur of voices from downstairs, my pulse quickened. One voice was his. The other, hers. Curiosity, or maybe fear, pulled me out of bed. Barefoot, I moved down the hallway, every creak of the floor feeling like a warning. From the stairway, I saw them, sitting close on the couch. The lamp cast a soft golden light, wrapping them in something that looked too tender to be innocent. I couldn't hear every word, only the rhythm of quiet laughter. Then Adrian reached out, his hand brushing her shoulder gently, almost protectively. I saw Isla's face, startled, confused, before she looked away. In that moment, my world didn't explode. It fractured. Quietly, invisibly, but enough to make everything shift. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. Should I say something? Should I walk away? The answers hid behind the thunder rolling outside. When Adrian finally came upstairs, I pretended to sleep. His breathing was uneven, and mine followed suit. Two people lying side by side, miles apart. I wanted to turn to him, to ask what had happened. But fear anchored me in silence. Because sometimes, knowing the truth feels heavier than pretending. The next morning, Isla wouldn't meet my eyes. "I think I should go stay with a friend for a bit," she said, voice trembling. I just nodded. No questions. No accusations. Because deep down, I already knew. Adrian hugged me later that day, his touch softer, almost guilty. "You okay?" he whispered. And even though my chest ached, even though my world had shifted beneath me, I smiled and said, "Yeah, I'm fine." The biggest lie I've ever told. Because that night, that quiet rain-soaked night, didn't just change how I saw my husband. It changed how I saw myself. Sometimes I wonder if love dies loudly or simply fades until you can't feel it anymore. I don't have the answer, But every time it rains, I still find myself standing by the window, watching the glass fog with memories I can't erase. And somewhere inside, I know, that was the night everything broke, not with a scream, but with silence.